Let's tackle a word problem on combined variation. Suppose that the amount of time it takes to build a highway varies directly with the length of the highway and inversely with the number of workers. Suppose also that it takes 150 workers 14 weeks to build 12 miles of highway. How long will it take 125 workers to build 15 miles of highway? You may need to read this problem over and over again. And so when you're approaching any kind of word problem, be sure to read it again and again and again and again, and then try to make sense of it. I'm going to go back to the first sentence and start translating this. Right here, it says, the amount of time it takes to build a highway varies directly with the length of the highway and inversely with the number of workers. So there's some key hints here, and that is, I'm going to look at some key variables here. T is a measurement of time, L is the length of the highway, and W is the number of workers. Now the best thing to do when you're translating everything is to simply write it all down. So T is going to be the number of weeks. L is what? L is the length of the highway. In miles. And then finally, W is the number of workers. Whenever you translate anything, write its translation. Write it out. Let's read that first sentence again. The amount of time it takes to build a highway varies directly with the length of the highway and inversely with the number of workers. We're going to need a proportionality constant as well. And that very, very first sentence says T varies directly with the length of the highway and inversely with the number of workers. So that's the first sentence. Now I'm going to proceed to the second sentence. Suppose also that it takes 150 workers 14 weeks to build 12 miles of highway. So it seems like each sentence is really another example. It takes 150 workers 14 weeks to build 12 miles of highway. What does that mean? So we put a 14 here is equal to K. The length of the highway is 12. And the number of workers is 150. So we could definitely solve for K. What's 14 times 150? That is going to be 2100 is equal to 12 times K. Divide the entire sides by 12, and we get K. K turns out to be a nice number, 175. Now we're ready for the very, very last sentence. The last sentence says, how long will it take 125 workers to build 15 miles of highway? So we're going to take all this information, well, specifically K. K is going to be very important. So the very last part says, it's really our third example. W is 125, L is now 15, and then the only thing left to solve for is T. How long, right? How long means time. So you're really looking for time. Once again, we could use this relationship. T is equal to K times L over W. Let me write that a little bit neater. And we also know that K is what? K is 175. So T is equal to 175 times L, which is 15. And then over W, which is now 125. I meant to write this in blue. Let's reduce this. There are about 7 quarters here and 5 quarters in 125. And then 15 over 5 is 3, so T is equal to 21. 21 what? Let's answer the question. If the question is provided in words, you should answer it in words. How long will it take 125 workers to build 15 miles of highway? It will take 21 weeks for 125 workers to build 15 miles of highway. And there you go.